After my original video on Wii Tanks, I had a decent amount of people tell me it inspired them to develop their own Tanks game, which is super cool. A lot of you sent me stuff, and I'm really happy that a dumb video I made could spark so much creative energy in so many of you. Just in general, I love seeing indie game development, so if you are someone doing something along those lines, hit me up because I would love to cover your game. But amongst all the new projects, one Sydney Fusick told me they made a level pack for the original Wii Tanks called Kaizo Tanks. Gotta be honest, the name alone both caught my attention whilst filling me with dread. So hey, why the hell not? Let's take a look at Kaizo Wii Tanks. I'm not sure if it's because I already had another profile saved on here, but thankfully unfortunately, I didn't have to play through all the games on Wii Play again. Man, what a bummer. I was really looking forward to playing Wii Fishing again. Best game on Wii Play, am I right, fellas? Anyway, what do you say we just jump right in? Alright, level 1. Easy peasy. Whoa, hold up there. What is that? 99 lives, huh? That can't be a good sign. This whole thing's gonna be a nightmare, won't it? Wait, just 4 brown tanks? That's not so bad. Brown tanks are the weakest tanks in the game, so Wait a second. A stationary tank that accurately calculates shots that bounce off 2 walls. Oh no. Green tanks can't move, but they very accurately calculate missile shots that rebound off walls. Holy smokes, screw these guys. These green ones that can't even move are the worst. Fighting these guys is like trying to outsmart a calculator. That is evil. That's not a brown tank. That's a green tank in disguise. Disguising the best tanks in the game as the weakest? I mean, damn, this is level 1. So if this is a sign for what's to come, I don't know if I'm ready for this one, guys. Level 2, stay calm. You got a wall with a single small opening segregating you from 3 brown tanks, which means we're actually dealing with my all-time favorite green tanks, because you know, they're disguised as the brown tanks. In this particular layout, they're not so bad though. They can't move, obviously. So once you shoot the one in the middle, the 2 dudes on the top and bottom can only shoot through the gap at an angle, ultimately meaning they can never hit you if you stay put. Don't be stupid, shoot at the wall to ricochet some shots, and you got this one. Level 3, stay calmer. This one looks pretty intimidating at first. It is a 6v1 after all. And yeah, if you try to go all guns ablazing, it definitely can be a rough time. Teal tanks in the original Wii Play were those guys introduced on stage 5. In the original Wii Play, they had standard tread speed, and they shoot fast missiles that will break upon anything they touch. Just that bit of information is crucial to this stage, because much like the last stage, you are invulnerable as long as you stay put. Well, what if they roll up to you, I hear you ask? Well, they can't. Yeah, I'm not sure why. This would actually be a stupidly hard stage if they could. Instead, they just kind of vibe in place and do some hip exercises. Level 4. Too hard? Okay. I mean, it really wasn't, but thanks for looking out for me, man. Are you all right there, buddy? Okay, fine. If you're gonna be a slow ass, I'll come see you myself. There's a hole. I can't... Are you serious? Level 4 might as well be called sit your ass down and wait, because that's what we're doing here, folks. So how are you all today? Been playing Animal Crossing? Sorry, it's been a while since my last video. You know, I just moved into a new place, and then the whole COVID and all this other stuff. And oh my God, is he still coming? Stage 5, heartbreaking. You know, this one almost feels like something Nintendo would make themselves. There is no hair-pulling gimmick outside bombing the heart to get out from the spawn area. Just one tank to worry about. So bomb your way out, bomb your way in, and let your little buddy know you're in town. Level 6, ringy thingy. You're boxed in by a ring of destructible walls. On the outer edge, we have 3 gray tanks. Unlike the green tanks in disguise, these are quite literally your basic grays, aka the easiest mobile tank in the game. Nothing to worry about. Use your bombs to create some gaps, and then shoot them as they carousel over to you. 7, interlace. First of all, video interlacing is done horizontally, not vertically. Second of all, I can't see shit and you did that on purpose, so fuck you. Your biggest adversary for this one is quite literally the walls themselves. I once mentioned that one of my gripes with OG tanks is that there was no outline or anything to show the locations of bullets or enemies, creating situations where you could very easily be blindsided. Sydney Fusick definitely took note of that, because here we have an entire level built on the thing I hate. I'd be mad, but honestly that's pretty funny. 8. Area 51 raid. You got 3 spazzy black tanks all ready to raid you, so to speak. All of them vigorously struggling to make their way towards you. I mean, look at these guys. They look like they're about to clip for the wall. Oh, and there we go. What the hell even happened? How the hell did... Oh, and there goes another one. This is easily the glitchiest level in all of Kaizo tanks. And considering the outer wall contains destructible bricks, it's likely the spastic glitching was 100% intentional. By far the dumbest moment was when these two tanks wouldn't come to say hello, so I figured I'd go to them myself, and then this happened. Take note of the movement patterns of these tanks, because black tanks are real strange in this mod. Sometimes they waddle around like they're constipated, and other times, they dash around the room like they just snorted a line of coke. You might think this makes them harder to deal with, but I mean, just look at them. They are even more confused than we are. Level 9, hashtag free the tanks. We yet again have 3 psychotic black tanks. However, this time, you need to first free them from their timeout box, which they probably deserve to be in, let's be honest. I would recommend starting this level off by cracking a hole in either the top or the bottom of the wall, and then ricocheting your shots from there. Simple stuff. 10, think fast. Yup. Well, I guess I can't say I wasn't warned. Outside of the unfavorable start up here, there's not a whole lot else to report on. I mean, we do have another green disguised as a brown tank hiding up here, but its placement doesn't allow it to get away with much. 11, think faster. A similar setup to think fast, but the ante has been stepped up by doubling the number of those spazzy black tanks. There are 2 cubbies you can hide in, but I wouldn't recommend you doing so since the tanks won't follow you in. As you can see here, I did try hiding in one of them, and these assholes literally just camped me out. So yeah, don't hide in there. 12, charge. 4 more black tanks, except this time they don't move. Sort of. I'm not really sure what they're doing, but they're certainly trying their damnedest. Stay behind walls, ricochet your shots, you know the drill. Speaking of ricochet, 13, ricochet. You're surrounded by 8 holes preventing you from moving. So if you want to land some shells, you have to do what the level name would suggest and ricochet those shots. Unless you screw up real bad and bounce one of your own shots into yourself. There's nothing here to worry about. 14, it's me. A crude recreation of Mario Bros. 1-1 that lasts all of 2 seconds. 15, Donkey Kong. When this map started, I was initially terrified. You got a red tank up there spamming more missiles than a snake main in Smash Brothers. Those missiles can bounce off like 10 walls and he seemingly never stops shooting. I was frantically brainstorming how the hell I was going to deal with this one once I got up there. But then this happened. In fact, he ended up killing himself each and every time I played the stage. Honestly, I would just recommend staying put. This mate ain't the brightest. Stage 16. Holy cow, we are lagging bad. The stage is called Pac-Man, replicating the layout of the maze from said game. Nonetheless, for whatever reason, the game lags real bad on this stage. Maybe it's all the destructible blocks? Whatever the case, there's no underlying strategy for this one. Enemy tanks don't seem to be great in tight spaces, so you got nothing to worry about. Level 17, hidden M&Ms. Oh, come on. Yes, we have not 1, but 2 stages designed around my favorite problem of Wii tanks. 0 visibility behind walls. At least from what I can tell, this level has nothing but yellow tanks. Yellow tanks rarely shoot. They do, however, favor landmines as an offense. In practice, this basically means you start the level off by bombing down these walls, and then you line up your shots down these corridors without too much fear of being shot yourself. This is level 17, right? I gotta say, this is a godsend of a level comparison to OG tanks level 17. I mean, this is called Kaizo tanks, is it not? Given there's only 20 stages, that would mean I'm almost done here and I've only died a few times. Maybe the last few stages will be the hard ones? 18, vibe check. You find your tank trapped in a maze of several holes. You need to progress through the maze to line up a shot with the last tank in this corner here. All the while, you have 3 gray tanks on your ass, making things, well, I wouldn't say hard, but somewhat challenging. Gray tanks are the weakest mobile tank in the game, so I find it strange that something titled Kaizo tanks would be so generous to use these instead of black, purple, or white tanks. When you start to level off, just stay in your spawn area, pivoting up or down as needed to dodge bullets until you kill the 3 tanks. Once you take care of those 3 grays, make your way through the maze to finish off that last tank. No biggie. 19, tax audit. Excuse me, what? I would love to tell you why this level is called tax audit, but I would just be lying. I mean, it says IRS over there. Are these tanks coming down to re-examine my taxes? Did I perform tax fraud? I wasn't prepared for such deep lore in this Wii Tanks mod. You are stuck where you spawn, so I would recommend starting with the spazzy tanks first. Just pop them off one by one as they come. Just hope that this doesn't happen. If he clips through that wall, you have to commit suicide since you are unable to move. You would think that this potential glitch is why these destructible blocks are here, but you can't exactly break these blocks if you can't even escape your own explosion. Outside of your life relying on RNG, all you have left are these two brown tanks to the right, unlike all the other brown tanks we have seen so far. I think these two guys might actually be your standard brown tanks since I didn't see them shoot even once. Weird flex for the second to last stage, but alright. Speaking of which, damn, we only have one more stage to go. This is going to be a nightmare. Or it's going to simply just be the original level 20. Two white tanks. And we're done? Okay, I won. What? I guess in conclusion, Kaizo Tanks is fun, but it seems the label of Kaizo has been completely lost on this mod. It's a super cool mod, don't get me wrong. For the limited tools of Wii Tanks, the Kaizo Tanks team did a lot to have every level feel uniquely its own. The more linear designs might seem limiting, but I do like how each and every stage has a clear strategy to it. Every last level was definitely enjoyable. Well, some were a pain in the ass, but that was kind of the point. Or at least it should have been. I was anticipating the moment where the mod would become absolutely unreasonable in its design, but that never happened. When you call a game Kaizo Tanks, and even start the player with 99 lives, much more bullshittery is expected. I was expecting a much harder, much more unfairly designed mod, after getting to level 100 in the original Tanks. This, in contrast, was a cakewalk. I appreciate how many of these stages are genuinely designed fairly. Nonetheless, again, it feels like false advertising. It's a fun mod, and I had fun, but there is still a lot of work to be done until this feels ridiculous enough to truly be called the Kaizo mod. But if anyone else loves Wii Tanks like me and just wants to play more of it, then I will leave a link to the website below. Again, if you do like tanks, I would say it's worth your time. Just don't go in thinking you're going to get an impossibly difficult mod. But hey, to some people, that's probably a plus. It's fun, it's diverse, all in all, it's a good time. So if you're like me and down for a challenge, but nothing too extreme, then Kaizo Tanks will be right up your alley. Thanks to Sydney Fusic for sending it my way, and I hope to see even more from you guys in the near future. As for me, I need to start getting ready for another Tanks game coming out soon. Hey, what's up? I know this video came out of nowhere, but I wanted to get something out while I deal with a bunch of just stupid life stuff. Anyway, Luigi U will be next, so I hope you all look forward to that. I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons such as John Hancock, Anton Anything, Rami Batter, Amanda Guth, Kid Kat, Blake Dog 72, Miles Man, Aiden Ross, Kane Colton, King Cosmic, Jeffrey Long, Cashnator, Praetorian Mars, and Abby Knudsen. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, have a good one.